In this video, we're going to see how to create and use scriptable enums using SOAP, the Scriptable Object Architecture package. We're going to use this scene, where I've already set up a simple environment with a cube that moves. For this example, I'm going to create a scriptable enum to represent different element types, like fire, water, earth, and air. The first thing we want to do is create the new element type and its scriptable enum. Let's open the SOAP type creator by going to Window, Obvious Game, SOAP, SOAP type creator, or by using the shortcut Ctrl+Shift+T. Let's name our class element. Let's also create a scriptable enum of that type and press create. Awesome, our classes have been created. One of the benefits of using a scriptable enum instead of a regular enum is that we can easily add custom data to it. I'll show you how. Let's open the scriptable enum element class and add a few fields: a public string name, a public sprite icon, and a public color. These are just informational fields, but we can also add logic-based data. For example, a list of different scriptable enum elements that this element can defeat. We'll see later how we can use this. Alright, now let's create an instance of this scriptable enum. There are many ways to do this, but in SOAP, one way is to use the SOAP asset creator. Right-click in the project window, go to Create, then select SOAP Asset Creator. Let's select the type of asset we want to create, which is a scriptable enum element. Then, let's give it a name. I'll name it element_water. We can specify a tag, but for this example, I don't need it, so let's just click Create. Nice. Let's select it and add some data to it. For the name, let's put water. For the icon, let's choose the water icon and set the color to blue. Leave the defeat list empty, since we don't have any other elements yet. Okay, now let's create the element class. Let's select our cube, go to Add Component, and create a new component called Element. Let's open our code editor and expose a reference to a scriptable enum element. In Start, we'll set the visual components to use the color and the icon from our data. Now for the logic, when an element collides with another, we'll check if the element type we collided with is in our defeat list. If it is, then we can destroy the object, as that means our element beats the other. Let's go back to the inspector, assign the reference to our water element, and enable the text and sprite renderer components. Let's play the game just to test this. Nice, we can see that it worked properly. Now, we need to test the logic. Let's duplicate this element object and move it slightly. Let's remove the reference to our water element, then click the Create button right here. This is another way to create an instance in SOAP. It's really useful. Let's rename it to element fire and change its data. Name it fire, set a fire icon, and set the color to red. In SOAP, you can easily keep track of and access all your scriptable assets using the SOAP wizard. Press Ctrl+Shift+W to open it. Then filter the view to display only scriptable enums. Let's select water and add fire to its defeat list. Let's put a few more elements in the level and hit play. Now, let's move our water element toward the others. And yes, it destroys fire. Now, I'll show you how quickly we can extend this system. Let's create another enum instance and call it element air. Set its data, and in this case, we'll just add fire to its defeat list. Let's set our main element to air and add a few new water elements. Once we're ready, let's hit play. We can see that air defeats fire, but now let's imagine we want to change the rules during play mode. Let's simply select the enum and add another element to its list, like water for example. Now, our element can defeat water as well, all without writing any additional code. Alright, let's summarize the key benefits of using scriptable enums compared to regular enums defined in code. 1. You can add custom data directly to the enum. 2. You can modify this data during play mode without writing any code. 3. You can delete or add new enum values dynamically. 4. You can reference the scriptable object anywhere in your game. Because of these advantages, scriptable enums make it easy to display elements in the UI, since they contain both visual and logical data. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like working with scriptable objects, I highly recommend checking out SOAP. The link is in the description.